searching for salvation. Can we find our way back, way back? Caught up in confusion, need a resolution. Can we find our way back, way back? No more running, no more running, no more chasing. No more running now, I'm running out of patience. Caught up in confusion, need a resolution. Can we find our way back, way back? Searching for salvation. Can we find our way back, way back? Caught up in confusion, need a resolution. Can we find our way back, way back? No more running, no more running, no more chasing. No more running now, I'm running.
Hello and welcome to round 5 of season 13 in Contest of Speed here at Temple of Speed, Monza. Tonight we are going with EU1 tier, so let's quickly. Apologies, my name is Luke, also known as Red Panda Pigeon Slayer. Tonight I'm alongside with Caxel. Good evening, Caxel.
Good evening.
Before we jump onto the track, let's quickly check the driver standings. So Ajet, who is not racing tonight, is leading the pack with 63 points. Uh, Directly behind him, with 11 points lost, is Glitched Hen. 37 points, AJ on P3. Copperfan on P4 with 36 points. 32 points for P5 and 6, that's Don Gomez and Kepsi. Aspect with 25 points, same amount points for Jack Hawkeye on P8. Don Anno on P9 with 20 points. 12 points for P10, Jamie James. Bryson, who is not racing as well, with 10 points. I do believe Jamie James is not racing tonight, too. Snikes with 8 points on P12. Tom H with 7 points on P13. Mugi War Baby on P14 with 4 points. Same amount points for Jimi Hendrix on P15. Orfeld in Haas with 1 point. On P16, same amount points for Calzo, his teammate, and Gokai in Ferrari. So Albini and Blackout didn't score the points until today. Moving to the constructor standings, we have Red Bull on top with 67 points. 3 points behind them is Ferrari with 64. On P3, McLaren with 59 points, exactly same amount points as Aston Martin on P4. 45 points for Alfa Romeo. Alfa Tauri with 34 points on P6. Alpine with 32 points. 1 point behind them is Williams. Mercedes with 14 points on P9 and Haas with 2 points closing the pack. And it looks like we have a tiny bit issue because somehow countdown was stopped, so we have to wait a bit more.
Yeah, I got confirmation that glitch has ruined the league settings, so fortunately we have to wait a little bit longer. To take it back to last weekend where I had it, a really disastrous race for EU1, the worst race we've seen, I think, all season, throughout all the tiers in contest of speed. We only got, 11, 10 drivers finishing the race out of the 20 that was there. Hopefully we don't get it today. Everyone is on that watch as well. But last week was horrendous. So hopefully this week will be better, even though the Retafilo corner, turn 1, is a very nice corner to dive on, but it can also ruin people's races if you brake at like 1 meter early. So yeah, but everyone in the Twitch chat, who's your predictions for pole today? Who is your predictions for the win today? Also, we can confirm that if Glitch gets P2 today, he can lead the championship again, apparently, from Alja Elliott.
If my math is not that bad, Glitched Hen needs only P4 to get on top of the standings because gap is 11 points and there will be 12 points for position 4 for him.
Yeah. I was wrong. Well, Glitch was wrong. He was the one that told me P2, so...
Yeah, maybe
and we
he
are in.
miscalculated something. But here we are, drivers are loading, so we are going to the track shortly, and I need to apologize you all. I'll be speaking a bit less tonight because apparently I'm sick. So
Apparently.
Haxel will be leading an IB tonight, shadow for him.
Oh, computer's breaking down.
Yeah, we are waiting for John Gomez to load up to the session.
So hopefully there's some good racing today. I've seen some people doing some good laps in the VCs as well. But while we're here, we in plug that mark Discord in the Twitch chat. Monday to Thursday, Thursday being the top tiers of
And
one, I think it is.
it looks like Discord is making a jokes for me again because you're lagging, but it's on my side because somehow I have 5k ping on Discord. Not sure why. But we are about to start the quali session. Let's quickly load the track map. Some of drivers are going out. It looks like a bit cloudy over here. Aspect will be the first one to settle up in theory. He comes out first from the pit lane. And as answering a question for Mitzi, are we doing bettings? Well, I can do this because in my country any kind of hazard is prohibited by the law. But well, not sure about how the situation is with that in UK, so maybe Caxel can do bettings.
Well, I think he's talking about in the Twitch chat. Well, we don't have the moderation role, so we can't. So if someone does have the moderation role, please do the bangs. Um, I need to unplug my wheel because you're going to hear the force feedback all race long.
Okay, so before we start, let's quickly check who is reserving for tonight. So we are missing Jamie James in Red Bull, who is replacing by Ricky Cardo. We are missing Ajet in Ferrari, who is covered by Mac 1 25, and we are missing Bryson in Mercedes, who is replaced by Arbitraza in Mercedes. But meanwhile, Orfeld is first one to start a lap. Looks like good point braking to turn 1. Good exit from turn 2. It's heading through the Curva Grande to the huge braking zone before turns 4 and 5 chicane. 26.3 in his first sector. Now heading to the Lesmo 1. So a bit wide exit. Surprised that wasn't invalidated lap for Haas driver. He crossed the Lesmo 2, the air is wide open, heading really fast to the Ascari chicane. Good exit out of there without the problems tonight for the first driver. Yesterday this turn collected plenty of victims only in quali. And too wide in Parabolica. He managed to save the car, but going directly to the pit lane. Now Albania actually Jack Hawkeye with 19.203 setting the benchmark for tonight. Kepsi behind him with 19.4. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised because I was expecting high 18s for the start of this session. Glitchhan with 19.084 with a new benchmark for tonight's evening. His teammate going to cross the line, and this will be 18.961, so first driver who is beating 19, Albini with 19.7. Jimi Hendrix is going to cross the finish line 123.6. So surprisingly slow, but maybe he is doing double warm-up. Blackout spans himself out. We catch that right in front of Calzo. Looks like he didn't screwed up his lap. John Gomez. Gomez with new benchmark 18.992. So let's see, does Jimi Hendrix and Calzo improving their times? It looks like Jimmy is improving over 3 seconds of improvement. And he did invalidated his lap. So not the best quali lap for start of the quali for Mercedes driver. Caxel, are you still there? Because I lost you somehow. Okay, so we have confirmation that I have to handle a little bit by myself. Calzo not making a second attempt on this run because his red light looks like is flashing. But he's crossing the line and continuing with DRS open, so 27,777 for Haas driver for his opening lap. So let's see what Haas will be able to do. Arbitraza on his first lap. Directly behind him, second reserve for tonight's evening, Mac. And Mac is retiring from the session. It looks like watching for his track position mistake on the exit from second left mode.
Oh, it's back.
Yes, we can hear you. Arbitraza
Yeah, my mic's broken.
Arbitraza was taking as much splitstream as he could from that Red Bull while heading to Parabolica. And let's see what reserve driver for Mercedes be able to do. It's 19.414. And Calzo spans out again in Parabolica. So I do expect that he will be heading directly to the pit lane. Meanwhile, AJ starting his first attempt for the Red Bull.
Aspect is also on the lap. He's done a 26.3 for the first sector. He's doing pretty well at the moment.
Let's head to the Williams driver. He's further on the track comparing to AJ. Aspect purple sector 2. He looks so confident through Parabolica. Apologies, not Parabolica, of course, I meant Ascari chicane. Orfeld with 20.036, that's placing him on P8. Meanwhile, Aspect is heading to the line, it's 19.163, that's P4 for the Williams. And heading back to AJ, who's only one on the end of his hot lap. What will Red Bull do? 17.18 crossing the line. It's new fastest lap of this evening, 18.876. There's quite few people on the hot laps.
I think for you, I think I should let rest your voice for a bit. I can go on board with Glitch's lap when he does start his lap, and go on board with him, see how his lap goes, and talk through everyone on the stream on how to do a good lap, hopefully a good lap, round the Monza circuit. Well, it depends which McLaren goes out first through the Parabolica, which is now called the Alboreto corner. It will be glitched first.
Yeah, it will be glitched. So let's switch.
Go on board with him. And I'll take you away with it. So, going down the straight into Rettifilia we go now. So you have to do the 125 meter board. He might not be doing his lap. It will be Tom doing his lap. So let's go on board with Tom then. So 125 meter board through Rettifilia does it pretty well. Was in fourth gear, now goes down into third gear, now going through Curva Grande. Keep it on the right hand side, keep it nice and neat, get on the curb a little bit, but all the way to the right hand side, but he goes a little bit wide through the Curva Grande into the Della Rocha chicane. Now try and hit that curb, try and cut as much of the corner as he can, and the first sector was kind of decent from Tom. Into the first Lesmo we go now, don't hit the apex, try and get as much of the exit curb as you can. Going into Lesmo 2, go onto that green asphalt on the inside, now onto the Della Rocha straight, on the run to Ascari, try and keep it to the shortest way to Ascari. Now about the 50-meter board you need to get it onto, through Ascari, sixth gear, flat out through the rest of the part of the Ascari, and now on the way to Parabolica we go now, keep it onto the left hand side, brake about the 75-meter board, and then take a wide line in and then swiftly move to the right hand side of the track. This looks like it'll be a neat lap, even with the slipstream help. It is fastest, 1:18.7, 1/10 quicker than Don Gomez, and that slipstream has helped the McLaren crew a lot, so I'm assuming Tom will do that to Glitch on the next lap.
As we can expect this probably. Jack Hoka is on the hot lap. He is improving himself by just over 1/10 through this sector 1. Really beauty angle of camera as he heading through Lesmo turns. Now the air is wide open, going with speed at top place to about 340 kilometers per hour, I guess, to the Ascari chicane. Close to invalidate, bit wide exit from there.
Rookie's on a decent lap at the moment. He is going across the line now. He will set a 19.2. I know he could do a faster lap. He might have not got the tyres up to temperature. I can see on his dashboard 80 degrees.
He was improving by quarter of a second after sector 2, and he decided to head directly to the pit lane instead of continue his lap.
So you're going to see that from loads of drivers doing their lap, but aborting it straight after because they think they can go 10 times faster and they can't afford to just go round again going into the pits. Plus there is barely any time left. There's only 5 minutes of qualifying left here to set the grid for the Italian Grand Prix.
Meanwhile, Copperfan is heading through the Parabolica to set his first lap of the evening. What Aston will do, it's 18.704, 7 milliseconds in front of Tom in McLaren. That's obviously our new fastest lap of the evening.
So 7 milliseconds faster than Tom.
Heading, but Arbitraza looks like improving on his lap. There's quarters of a second improvement, 19.160. That's P6 for Mercedes driver. And AJ and Jimi Hendrix are about to start their laps. It looks like Jimmy is first one to do this. So let's stick for a moment with Mercedes driver. Interesting line through exit of Parabolica. He went way wider than most of the drivers doing this.
Yeah, a wider line through Parabolica can help with the speed and the top speed going all the way down to that hard braking zone of the Valiante or Letafio. But Hendrix is on this lap, and let's see what he could do for his first sector. It will be a 10th faster.
1500 faster, so maybe through the sector 2 and 3 he will be able to get some time as well. Good exit from second Lesmo.
Really on the limits. All these drivers on the limits.
Quarter second of improvement after sector 2. Good exit out of the Ascari chicane. One more turn to go. And if he keeps improving like this, that might be time around Jack Hawkeye probably. We
Let's
see
see.
AJ with problems at the exit of Ascari chicane. Meanwhile, Jimi Hendrix 19.245 for P11. AJ is running really slow, causing that yellow flag in sector 3. And behind him, it's Alfa Romeo of John Anno on his outlap. Plenty of drivers are heading to start the outlaps right now. But it looks like John Anno will be the first one to start final part of the runs. It looks like AJ helped him a lot with that slipstream on the main straight. You see yellow flags, drivers are making a room for themselves. And Donano is heading, Gokai is retiring from the session. And somehow he
Oh,
left the
they are
session.
again giving each other a slipstream. So
Oh, I know, and Donano invalidated his lap, but a moment before that, on the first Lesmo, Gokai crashed himself out. Looks like.
Tom and Glitch as well giving each other a slipstream through the qualifying, and it has gained him too.
Donano lap will not count. AJ is heading to the pit lane as well.
I think we should go on board with Glitch's lap because he is absolutely flying through the first sector. Going through Lesmo 2, he is going up to Ascari now. Let me just see. He is 100 faster through the first sector, a tenth faster through the second sector than Cooper. So Glitch is looking for a good pole position here. Now heading towards Parabolica, he needs to keep this absolutely dead on perfect. As we head into Parabolica now, it's currently at the 110s. It takes about 8-9 seconds to get through Parabolica to the line. Glitch against the line. Would he get pole?
Yes, it is.
It's provisional.
99 milliseconds faster than Copperfan, who just started his lap. Ricky is on the out lap. He's starting his lap now, so a couple of drivers in front of him. Tom won't improve his lap, he's already in pit lane. Arbitraza is finishing his attempt. Do I see? It's one of the Alpines, and it's Kepsi. Kepsi with invalidated lap. So it was Williams. It looks like, yes, it was Aspect who is setting 19.108, placing him at P6. Meanwhile, Albini is heading to the line. Both Alphas in front of him. Calzo improving himself for P12. Orfeld didn't made the lap. Donano with 23.005. Not the best lap for Alfa Romeo driver. Albini improving himself by over 4 tenths. That's placing him on P12.
Oh, Ricky.
Copperfan with
Just
lap
invalidated.
Copperfan invalidated lap as well. How about Sky Blackout? Blackout is running slower comparing to his previous attempts.
That's pole. That's pole for Glitched.
Only we were waiting for Kepsi, who invalidated his lap as well. So Glitched Hen and Copperfan is our front row. Tom H and Don Gomez starting P3 and P4. AJ and Jack Hawkeye P5 and 6. Aspect and Arbitraza P7 and 8. Blackout and Ricky, that's P9 and P10. Jimi Hendrix and Albini, it's 11 and 12. Calzo and Snikes on P13 and 14. Kepsi and Orfeld, it's P15 and 16. Donano P17, and Bill Ferraris starting from P18 and 19 without a lap set.
I think that was good strategy from the McLaren crews. P1 and 3, so but it all depends on that race.
Yes,
See what happens.
but we can't forget about how messy turn one at this track and online racing might be. A little bit of distraction for any of drivers, and we had huge carnage over there.
Yep.
I do see on chat that plenty of people is cheering up to Glitched. Here we have confirmation of times, really close to top 3, especially watching Copperfan and Tom laps. Not much bigger distance between Don Gomez and AJ. Then really close behind them, Jack Hawkeye as well. That's 3 tenths only split it for top 6. A bit more distance aspect losing 2 tenths to Jack Hawkeye, but another close. It's only 600ths of the second between P7 and P9. Ricky Jimi Hendrix and forget who was on P12, but also about
Am I doing
600ths of the second.
Am I doing that out or?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll do it.
It looks like a bit cloudy, so are we expecting rain tonight?
Hopefully not, but Sid's being their race engineer, so Sid, please confirm if there is rain tonight or not. And whereabouts. Is it going to be early in the race? Is it going to be late in the race, middle of the race? No
we have
rain, Hendrix.
no rain. Thank you, Jimmy, for that.
So Deg is higher than usual as well in this race, so let's see how the drivers compose with the Deg as well. But we are shortly awaiting for the Italian Grand Prix. It's cloudy all race long as the run down about 700 meters or so. I think it's 500 to 700 meters before the Rettifilia corner, so hopefully no one crashes out, no one goes for a diabolical dive bomb, and hopefully no one kills anyone else. You're late to the party, Brooksy. No rain expected. We're still waiting on the drivers, taking a bit of time. So here we go. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers here for the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Glitch gets a good start. Cooper follows behind him, and Tom is going to go wheel to wheel with Don Gomez towards turn 1 now. It's almost 3 abreast into turn 1. Glitch gets a good start, and it's going to be Cooper and Tom going wheel to wheel. Round the outside goes Tom. Would he be able to take P2? Not at this moment. Jack Corky makes an amazing start into P4. Don Gomez has moved down to P5, and AJ trying to get onto it as we head now to the Curva Grande we go. Jack Corky is in danger from Sky Gomez and AJ as they head into the De La Rocha chicane. Don Gomez and AJ wheel to wheel as they head into the De La Rocha. And AJ trying to go for the switchback as now Aspect's trying to get into the mix of this, trying to go around the outside. Would he be able to do it? Not on this occasion. So far, made up 1 positions. Jack Corky has made an absolute flying start up to P4, and he's all over the back of Tom now as we head into the De La Rocha straight into Ascari. Cooper is 2 tenths behind Glitch as we head into Ascari. Will he be able to make a move going into the Parabolica? He might or he might not. A pole sector 2 as well through that as Cooper has a little bit of a slidey moment coming out of Ascari. So now it's the end of lap 1 almost, and Glitch is trying to wheel with the McLaren and not the McLaren, the Mercedes. They head through the Parabolica now as Cooper will
Okay,
not. He won't be.
it seems like this got started. Albini is heading to the pit lane. So is Mac. That's 2 positions promotion for Gokai. Snikes and Calzo really close to each other through the first chicane. Good
Cooper's
move
in
by
danger.
Calzo. Cooper lost a lot of time. Jack Hawkeye is overtaking Tom and Copper, so that's double move for the Aston Martin driver. It looks like connection issue for Blackout. Kepsi is losing positions. And we lost you again, Katul. Jack Hawkeye, meanwhile, is trying to close the gap to 10 on the race lead.
Do you hear me or?
Yes, now
Okay.
we do.
Yeah, as Aspect is, I think he's trying to go wheel to wheel with the Mercedes going through Ascari, but now heading towards Parabolica we go now, as Aspect is all over the back of Bitraza. As they head into Parabolica, he won't be able to make a move this time, but he was looking for the move, but Ricky is chasing about 5 tenths behind Aspect and Bitraza. As now we head down the straight into Retafido. Jack Hawkey sets the fastest lap of the race, and now they are going to go wheel to wheel, Aspect and the Mercedes into turn one, but I think the Mercedes is using his ERS. He is really low on ERS already 41%, as Hendricks makes a move on Blackout, who is tabbed out of this race. But now heading into the curve of Grinder now, I don't think this battle's over, because Aspect is still trying to go all over the back of the Mercedes, who is dumping his ERS massively. As so far the grid has calmed itself down, and luckily no collisions at the first lap.
A little bit of counter steer for Arbitraza and Williams on the out of the chicane. So probably he went a bit too wide. So I do believe it's a bit calm moment for now. So let's quickly check the tire strategy. Snikes on P12, Orfeld on P14, Kepsi on P15, Albini and Mark on P18 and 19 on hard compounds, Gokai on softs, and the rest of the grid is fully mediums.
AJ's going for a move, and Don Gomez going round the outside of the Parabolica. Will he be able to make that move? No, he won't. But he will have the dose of DRS. So he is dumping his battery. He is looking for the move for P5 of this race. Is he going to go wall to wall with him? We're going to see very shortly. AJ going down the straight into the Retafido. Is he going to try and go for a move into turn one? He isn't. So
yes,
Glitch has lost the lead as well to Jack Hawkey.
Yes, I just switched to them, and we catched the moment when Jack Hawkey made a move for the race lead. Kalza is overtaking Blackout for P12. And I do believe that there was a switch of positions between Kepsi and Donano. Meanwhile, Kaiser is overtaking Aston Martin for P11 as well, but the gap to P10 is almost 2 seconds. So we have DRS train all the way down to P10, then from P11 to P15. The grid is quite a lot splitted right now.
Aspect is still trying to make a move on the Mercedes. He is going to go for the move on the Mercedes. Is he going to go wall to wall with him? He is dumping. He is going to try and go for the move. Obviously, the Mercedes has barely any ERS. He is weaving from left, right, round the outside. He's going to try and go through the parabolic. He won't be able to, but now he will have the DRS, and he's already wall to wall with him, almost wall to wall with him, going down the straight. And someone has spun.
Kalzo spun out onto the Parabolica, and now Aspect and Arbitraza will
glitch.
Arbitraza on the inside.
Oh, the glitch is off, and that gives Cooper the opportunity to slide into P2, and the pole sitter is now in danger from his teammate as well, as Tom takes P3. Ricky has made up many places as well. Someone's gone off and someone's out, and that's Glitch.
It's Glitch Hen. I switched to the Ricky, who was gaining a positions, and then I seen the Papaya Orange Rocket is just heading onto the wall over there.
He's done the pure Gasly.
And it's surprisingly only a virtual safety car. But speaking about Ricky, he managed to gain a couple of positions. He overtook Aspect, he overtook Arbitraza. Arbitraza lost 1 to 3 positions. He dropped behind Jimi Hendrix, his teammate. So possibly he made a mistake as well. Maybe not that huge as Glitched Hen. Disastrous race opening for McLaren driver. But it looks like the grid closed up to each other. Now we don't see that big gap, so potential DRS train all the way down from P1 to P13 at this point. So now Aston Martin on P10 is over 1 second behind Mercedes. Arbitraza is heading to the pit lane. I assume that's the wing damage. That's why he lost a couple of positions. Dionano heading to the pit lane as well. DRS is enabled back. We are under green flag conditions again. Ricky looks like he was just waiting for mistakes of drivers in front of him. But now Aspect was closing up to him. Ricky with way better entry to the chicane, but Aspect is still shadowing him really much. They are close to lost DRS on AJ on P5. Looks like both got the DRS. That will help Ricky. AJ is close, is losing the gap to John Gomez on P4.
Yeah, and Tom is all over the back of Cooper as well. Cooper's going to defend the inside because Jack Hilke is exactly doing the exact same thing. I think Jack's going to be in a bit of trouble going
Aspect
down
is
the straight
overtaking.
into...
Aspect is overtaking Ricky just in front of Parabolica on the braking zone, so I do expect that might cause a bit troubles for him because Ricky will use that split rim, but Ricky is out of DRS.
Cooper's going for it. Cooper's going for it. Cooper's going for the lead of the race. He's going down the inside at the Retifidio and he's got in the lead of the race. Jackie was a sitting duck there and he has made the lead as Ricky, AJ I mean, is making the move on Sky Gomez and he has made the move. That was a beautiful move. I think he did a switchback there as well. Absolutely superb move. But I think everything's calmed down now if you tell me. No one else is really in battles. We set the Kepsi, Offeld and Vise battle, the three fighting for P9.
I mean, what Don Gomez looks like made a tiny bit mistake on the exit of first Lesmo. He lost a bit of gap to AJ in front of him, and Aspect is really close to him, so he will be looking for the move to attack. Tom is closing up to Jake Hawkeye.
He just had the absolutely beautiful, such a better exit than Jack Hawkeye.
Aspect is overtaking Dangames for P5. They're side by side through Parabolica. Aspect is in front. It looks like he forced a bit Dangames to go wider, and Ricky will be trying to attack Alpha Tauri. But let's see what's going on the front, because they are going too wide. Jack Hawkeye and Copperfan to turn 1. Copperfan is keeping that race lead, but it looks like Copperfan with a bit worse exit comparing to Jack Hawkeye, and he is losing position. Meanwhile, Aspect is side by side with Tom. That Williams is flying.
Yes, it is.
That Williams is flying indeed. Already on P4. Orfeld quite far behind Jimi Hendrix. It's over 3 seconds, and Kepsi is going to attack him. Kepsi got that DRS advantage on the round 2. Ascari chicane. Kepsi is in front of that. Oh, they are going side by side.
And that's compromised Offeld so badly round the outside of the Ascari chicane. Now Kepsi's got to be all over the back of him, but he's not going to make the move now because he wants to wait for the DRS.
Yes.
So he will be making a move into turn 1, but the Cooper's going to make a move into turn 1 as well. I know he is. But Tom is also making a move on Cooper. It's 3 abreast going into the video now.
Tom overtook Copper and Jack Hawkeye for the race lead.
And Aspect is going for P3 as well. There's been a bit of nudging as well. AJ hits the back of Cooper, but nothing dealt with that. But Sky Gomez is going to go for a move on AJ. Would he be able to make it? He's going for it. Round the curve of Gonze. Vice has got a 3-second time penalty.
It's Snikes probably causing it. Oh, someone made a mistake. Copperfan made a mistake while braking to the second chicane, and he lost position to Aspect. So Williams is in the podium spot right now.
Yeah, this is a really exciting race, better than Singapore, and I think Someone's making a move on Copperfan. It's AJ.
AJ.
He's making a move round the outside of the Ascari chicane. He won't be able to make it, but now, because he's been compromised, Don Gomez is all over the back of AJ, and he's going to look for a move round the outside of the Parabolica. They're going to go wheel to wheel now into Parabolica. Would he be able to make the move round the outside? He is going to try the outside, but he won't be able to. Would he be able to switch it back to the inside? No, he won't, but now he will get a better exit than AJ. He's already wheel to wheel with him as they cross the line for lap 11 over 27. This is where the pit stops are going to start happening, about lap 10 to lap 15, I'm assuming. Into turn one we go now. Ricky's going round the outside.
Yeah, and he made a position, but Don Gomez with better exit from the chicane, and it looks like AJ is in trouble. I seen the red light is flashing. Orfeld is swapping positions with Snipes, who is losing position to Kepsi as well. Kepsi is really close to that Haas. He's going to the inside on the braking zone to second chicane. Close, a little bit of contact between them. That's a chance for Aston behind them to overtake Kepsi. But Kepsi placing himself well, and we have another round of this battle. Kepsi with that DRS advantage, closing so rapidly to Haas in front of him. Kepsi is going to the inside, and it looks like move is done. Kepsi is on P9. Now he needs to run away as much as he can, because he will be under the threat.
Tom's in Tom might not be in trouble, 4 tenths behind, but
And Don Gomez is heading to the
away
pit
from
lane.
Aspect. Yeah, Aspect is looking for a move on Jack. Is he going to go for the move? No, he won't. There's no other moves happening, but yes, Don Gomez is the first to trigger, and that's going to trigger much more pit stops.
Especially that almost whole of the grid was on the medium compound. So if they want to do something, blackout might be good. Apologies, not blackout.
Oh,
Don
Aspect
Gomez
and Jack Hawkey.
Might be doing.
And Cooper and AJ trying to go for a move, both of them. I think Aspect had such a bad exit coming out of Lesmo 1. He's all over the gravel, and Cooper's got past him. AJ's trying to get past him. They're going to go wheel to wheel into Ascari. They're almost touching wheels as they head into Ascari. Now he's going to try and go around the outside, and he's already made the move before Ascari. And Tom has made a 1 second advantage now, so Tom is now well out of DRS for Jack.
I do believe that Jack is safe to Copperfan because he's too far back, but Aspect is really close to AJ, and he will be looking for a move. But now,
so Ricky.
There's go Ricky. They are free wide through there. Ricky is overtaking both of them. That's 2 position promotion for the Ricky. Aspect and AJ still side by side. And AJ a bit wider exit, so he is losing position to Jimi Hendrix as well.
And someone's going wheel to wheel through Parabolica. I think that's Albini and Don Ammo. They're fighting all the way for P16, and Don Ammo is looking for the move on Albini as they go wheel to wheel down into Retifidio. He's on the hard compound tyres. I think he might be able to. If I go to the leader, he won't be able to do the undercut, but he can undercut loads of cars. He might be able to make it up to P11 here. But then, Jack Hawkey is minus that 1 second gap already. He's already 7 tenths behind Tom, but no one's triggered any from the blackout pit stop.
Yeah, now Ricky is fighting to get the DRS on leading 3. He's really close, and it looks like he will get it. Jack Hawkeye closed up a bit to Tom on the race lead. He gained half a second on last lap, but it's
pit stop on
Tom with 5 seconds penalty, and it's race lead for the Ricky. Jimi Hendrix.
Tom's done what I did in EU3. Tom's literally done what I did in EU3. That's so unfortunate.
And look for the Sky Blackout, who is overtaking Tom, Jake Hawkeye, Copperfan. Kazo, he made a huge undercut on them. He's
Oh,
two
he's not
seconds.
even racing.
He's 2 seconds behind Orfeld, and it looks like he's almost 7.5 seconds in front of Tom.
Blackout's not even racing, and he's undercutting most of the grid. I think he's the one that boxed.
Yeah, he was the one who boxed. No, obviously.
No, he hasn't. He was the one that boxed. It was Don Gomez.
It was Don Gomez who undercutted only Jake Hawkeye. He's behind Tom. And it looks like Tom is safe on that Alpha Tauri, but Alpha Tauri is under the pressure from Jake Hawkeye. Copperfan is close behind them as well. Aspect might not get that DRS on them.
Ricky pits. Hendrick stays out. Hendrick will take the lead of the Italian Grand Prix.
It's sixth race leader tonight.
I think so. Well, we've had Tom. We've had Glitched, Cooper, Jack. Who else?
So
Hendricks, Ricky.
That's four. Fifth was Ricky. Jamie is sixth one, and Ricky is going out of the pit lane. He's fighting on the exit with AJ. They are all on hards, obviously. Jimi Hendrix with quite big gap to P2. It's over 10 seconds, but Kepsi will be the one to attack. Oh, and side by side with Orfeld, a little bit of contact between them. Oh, and snap of understeer from Kepsi, and Orfeld is taking that position. So Orfeld is in podium spot, but obviously he needs to box yet. Running side by side through Lesmo turns is not the best idea ever. And Tom with another penalty, this time for track limits. Jimi Hendrix is heading to the pit lane.
So and Hendrix
Jack Hawkeye
will be down.
Jack Hawkeye will be attacking Don Gomez. He's already in front of him, so as Copperfan. So Aspect, Don Gomez lost 2 positions. Aspect losing positions to AJ. They are swapping positions actually. AJ on the inside, and it looks like he is in front of that Williams. Albini swapping positions with Snikes, but he was in the pit lane. Speaking about Aston Martin, and Jack Hawkeye is already below 1 second behind Tom. Tom is closing rapidly to Kepsi. Jack Hawkeye won't be able to attack. 9/10 is too big to make a move over here. But look how rapidly Tom is catching up to Kepsi. The fresh tire advantage is huge around here. He made 1 second within 1 sector. Albini is losing positions to Aston Martin. So that's dropped from P13 to P14. Blackout is overtaking Mac for P15. Copperfan with new fastest lap of the race, 121.178. And they are close with Jack Hawkeye. Jack got that DRS advantage, and looks like someone made a mistake. It's our fault, I do believe. He's losing positions. Kepsi is losing positions to Tom and Jack Hawkeye. He's holding well on those hard tires, but they're going to drop more and more pace for him. Interesting situation on P8 to 10, because I'm pretty sure that AJ was in front of Aspect and Ricky was behind them. Now Ricky is leading those 3. and AJ is behind them. Jimi Hendrix.
Cooper going for a move on Kepsi. As they head down into Ascari,
Tom
Kepsi
is
won't be able to
losing.
make it, but Jack has.
Tom lost the race lead for Jack Hawkeye. Meanwhile, it looks like stretching the first stint doesn't affect Jimi Hendrix that much because he is in front of Ricky. The gap is 8 tenths. Dungames is overtaking Kepsi for P4. Kepsi is heading to the pit lane. And now four-way battle for the race lead. Jimi Hendrix with new fastest lap. He decided to take a soft compound for 11 laps. 12 apologies. That might work well for him. Orfeld in the pit lane as well.
Yeah, except then the race has fully calmed down now. There's still some racing going on with like Ricky and Aspect and AJ. Them three have been fighting all race long. Tom, Cooper, Don Gomez, and Jack also fighting for the lead of the race. Hendrix is just all by himself. A little bit of a lonely race he's having, but Ricky is catching up to him.
Yes, indeed, and Jimmy is slowly closing the gap to Don Gomez. But it's really slowly closing the gap because Don Gomez is in that DRS terrain in front of him.
And I think this is going to turn into a double move for Cooper if he dumps his ERS going into the Retifidio. So let's see what happens as we head down the straight and into lap 18 out of 27 of this Italian Grand Prix. 10 laps remaining. Cooper is trying to make a move. Tom is going to make a move on Jack Hawkey. He needs to make a move and then make a 5-second gap instantly. So he has made the move. Cooper won't be able to make a move, but now Tom needs to absolutely fly away here. He needs to dump his DRS to try and gain some kind of advantage, get out the DRS, and then push on. That's all he needs to do.
Tom at this stage needs 8 seconds of advantage because wanted to remind you about track limits penalty for him. So
he's got track limits as well.
8 seconds, and Snacks is leaving the session, so probably there is some kind of connection issue. Blackout is swapping positions with Mac. That's battle for P15. And Jimmy is really close to those boys. It looks like he might get DRS over here. Now he's losing the gap, so he don't have DRS, but he is really close. AJ is overtaking Aspect for P7. And Jimi Hendrix is close enough to get to the DRS terrain in front of him. Just barely. Don Gomez was going wide through Parabolica. It looks like rear wing of that Mercedes remains closed, so he missed just that DRS detection by just about 5 milliseconds, and Ricky is less than 4 tenths behind him. Aspect is overtaking AJ for P7 again, but it looks like they lost a lot of gap to Ricky in front of them. It's almost 2 seconds difference, and AJ immediately lost almost a second to Aspect. Jimi Hendrix and Ricky, it looks like this time Jimmy is finally within that DRS on leading 4. That became leading 6 right now, so it's 6-way battle for the race win. And it's 6 different drivers from 6 different teams.
Yeah. Cooper is looking for a move with Jack. I think he's going to make a move into turn 1. Jack's also going to make a move with Tom. Cooper needs to be a 1/10 to 2/10 behind Jack if he wants to make that double move on Tom. So let's see what happens again as we head down into the Retifidio. Now, Jack is going to make a move on Tom on this lap, I think.
Yeah, it looks
He might
like
be. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining.
And he's stepping back.
Not on this occasion.
So just waiting battle for the mistake of drivers in front. I mean, apologies, not Tom, Jack Hawkeye might be calm because he had that DRS advantage on Copper Fan, so it will be easier to defend him against that Aston Martin behind him. And he knows that Tom got quite a lot of penalties in front of him, so he don't have to overtake him on track. Meanwhile, AJ is still fighting with Aspect. Another position swap for those drivers, and they are dropping really far back behind leading 6. It's almost 3 seconds of the gap right now. Aspect is overtaking before the braking zone to Ascari chicane. Like Calzo, another victim of track limits, and Copperfan looking for a move again. Don Gomez is close to them as well. Will we see any moves to turn 1?
I think Jack's going for a move. Jack is. He's looking. Why don't you go for the move?
But
Give us
still
some entertainment, will you?
Don Gomez was on the inside quite a lot. It was looking like he is trying to overbrake Copperfan, but nothing happened over there.
I want to see some entertainment. I want Jack to go for the absolute biggest dive bomb of his whole racing league career. Ricky is also at the back of this pack. It is a 6-car battle for the win of this race at the moment. Tom will drop all the way down to P8. That's going to be a huge disappointment from him.
Yeah, but the race is still underway. His opponents might get penalties as well, so he can't give up right now.
Summers, I know unsafe dive bombs aren't allowed, but I just want to see some amazing... I want to see a Daniel Ricciardo kind of move.
AJ is closing the gap to Aspect again. Looks like he won't overtake him. He is making a move before the parabolic turn and way before the DRS detection point.
Ricky is going for the move on Hendricks as well. He might be going for a move on Hendricks. He isn't going for it. Jack Hawkey might be...
Ricky is placing himself to the inside. We see yellow flags.
Yellow flag.
It's Arbitraza who is spinning around on Parabolica.
Might have touched the grass on the entry of going into there, or someone's hit the back of him. I did not see that. But no other moves is happening, but AJ all over the back of Aspect as they head into the Della Roger chicane now. He's got to go for the move around the outside. Aspect is under 10% battery. He's going for it around the outside. He won't be able to. He's had to go extremely deep through the Della Roger chicane. But back to the front, 5 tenths is the gap. As Calso's making the two horses are going wheel to wheel down into the Della Roger chicane now. So let's see what happens here as they go wheel to wheel. Ahead is Gokai, who has come back and done amazing jobs into P11, as he won't be able to make the move.
And both Copperfan and Copperfan is with huge battery advantage on leading 2. Copperfan battery looks like it's full, and leading 2 is on about 50%. So we see yellow flags. That's Gokai with troubles on the exit of Lesmo 2.
Hopefully Jack goes for a move now. Let's see what happens.
Jack is heading to the inside, but he's stepping back.
Ricky's all over the back of Hendricks. He will want to make a move on Hendricks now. As now they head through the Curva Grande we go, as Don Gomez is actually looking for a move on Cooper as well. Jack Hawkey is also making a move on Thomas. Well, not on this occasion though.
Yeah, but to be honest, for now, probably still Jimi Hendrix got the tire advantage over the drivers in front of him and behind him, but that advantage is melting with every turn. AJ is overtaking Aspect for P7 once again. It looks like Aspect will have DRS on him. So another move before detection zone. for
Hey,
Red
I
Bull
just
driver.
love this pattern between the top 6. All of them going to the left-hand side at the exact same time. It was absolutely beautiful.
So it's synchronized driving. Kepsi, another victim of track limits. At his advantage over the Nano on P10 is quite safe, so he should deliver that 2 points if nothing happened. And Jimi Hendrix is overtaking Don Gomez for P4. He's in front, going to the inside. On the
That was brave by
outside.
Hendrix.
That was brave by
Oh, look
Hendrix,
at
and
Ricky!
it looks like Ricky is overtaking Don Gomez as well. They are still side by side. Jimi Hendrix red light is flashing, so he's out of battery. They are free wide to the La
Oh,
chicane, but it looks like Jimi Hendrix kept that position, and Ricky didn't manage to overtake Don Gomez.
I was looking for the through goes Ricky move. I really wanted to say that so badly. But I think this might happen again out of the Reta video. But Ricky now is looking for a move on Don Gomez. I think Jack's looking for a move on Tom soon. He's gaining, he's lifting. So he won't be able to make a move down into Ascari.
Ricky just went to the inside to show up himself to Don Gomez. Hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Another run. Yellow flags in sector 2, and it's full cost safety car. I do believe it's Gökay. I do believe it's Gökay car.
Tom's pitting.
Yes, it is.
Who's staying out? Jack has done that extremely late. He's lost position. Cooper.
Cooper found with 5 seconds
Yes,
penalty.
Ricky.
Ricky is leading the race again.
I think this is the win for Ricky. This is the win for Ricky because now everyone's boxed for Sauce. They're going to be well down the grid. Loads of people got a box. But what? 1 lap of racing. Ricky just needs to defend and he's done. He's got it. He just needs to defend Retafilio. He needs to defend Della Roja. He needs to defend Ascari and the Parabolica. Only 4 paces.
AJ decided to stay as well with Ricky. So how does this safety car affect the standings? Copperfan is on P3, but he got that 5-second penalty. Jack Hawkeye is on P4, Jimi Hendrix on P5, Don Gomez P6, Tom, after serving that 5-second penalty, dropped down to P7, and he is still with that 3-second time penalty. So that
did AJ stay out?
Yes, AJ stayed out with Ricky.
Oh, please, a 1-2 for the Red Bulls. I'm begging for it right now. So safety car might be in this lap or it'll be next lap. It most probably will be... It won't be... It will be this lap.
It might be this lap because this game is quite strict. Yes,
yeah, it is in this lap. And look, everyone... So up to P7 is all there. So they were the main ones. So Ricky has 2 laps to defend.
Aspect is closing down. Meanwhile, Kepsi is overtaking Blackout. Blackout car is still ghosting.
Oh, done ammo. Come on, Ricky, just get a good start.
When Ricky decides to pull away, he's still waiting.
You need to help your teammate.
Copperfan side by side with AJ. And it
He's
looks
gone.
like he is pulling out. Ricky should be safe, but we are really interested by this battle between AJ and Copperfan. Copperfan is closing really rapidly with later braking. And it looks like Copperfan is on P2.
But he's also got a 5 second.
Poor exit, and Jack Hawkeye is side by side with AJ.
So no matter what, AJ is still P3. And Tom's looking for a move on Don Gomez.
Tom swapping positions with Don Gomez. There was a contact between them. Jimi Hendrix fighting with Aspect. And it's... Tom crashed.
Tom! Double DNF! And AJ and Tom touched. I didn't get to see it, but they did touch because AJ's also off and AJ is dropping all the way down to P12. Unfortunate. And look at Cooper.
I've seen Red Bull sliding away. Yes, hard battle between Ricky and Copperfan. Ricky is holding that race lead, but there was a couple of contacts between them, and Copperfan is on the race lead.
So all Ricky needs to do is just stay with Copper for the last lap. He needs to.
And
Because
Jimi
Hendrix is
Hendrix,
going for it.
Jimi
So
Hendrix is
Hendrix
going
is.
to inside, using that
That is
soft
the
tire
race lead.
advantage. That is the
That is the race lead.
for the Mercedes driver.
Rob, you actually
And
did
AJ
curse on
with
Ricky.
5 seconds penalty for speeding in pit lane, and he is retiring from the race at this point.
Poor AJ. That was the only collision that
Aspect
race
is
as well. I
overtaking
think AJ has to take
Jack
blame.
Hawkeye for P5. They are still side by side. Aspect with 3 seconds penalty for track limits.
He'll
They
appeal
are
that. He'll appeal that.
collided.
Oh!
Oh, collision between them. Their tires
And
locked
through
up.
goes Kepsi.
And through goes Kepsi, but Kepsi with that time penalty. I'm really curious about Stewart's intervention of this incident between Jack Hawkeye and Aspect.
Through the final corner we go. Cooper. But the guy, the Mercedes, he's
Yes,
is going to come through the final corner.
last meters
Cooper.
of the race. Copperfan is going to take the checkered flag for the race win, but because of time penalties, he's dropping back. So Jimi Hendrix is P1, Ricky is P2, John Gomez kept P3, Jack Hawkeye on P4, Copperfan on P5, Kepsi P6, Aspect P7, Orfeld P8, Arbitraza P9, Blackout on P10, Donano P11, Mac on P12, Albini on P13, Calzo on P14, Snakes on P15, and Gokai is the last one to finish the race. He's quite far back behind the pack, so we are waiting for him. But Jimi Hendrix first win for the Mercedes team. That will be probably a couple of position advantage for them in constructor standings, but for sure Jimi Hendrix get only 4 points. That's huge promotion for him in driver standings.
Unfortunately, I have to go because I got dinner. So, thank you for the commentary tonight,
Yes,
Panda. Thank you for everyone for joining in as well.
We
If you
have,
want to say anything.
and enjoy your dinner, Caxel. Thanks for
Thank you.
joining us tonight.
Thank you.
And here we have confirmation of the results. Jimi Hendrix is the race winner. Ricky on P2, John Gomez on P3. Jack Hawkeye losing podium spots at the end of the race. Huge promotion for Kepsi from P15 to P6 at the race end. Ricky and Jimi Hendrix starting from P10 and P11, and that's 1-2 for them. And Ricky was the only one in leading pack with only one stop. Now let's switch the scene and invite those heroes to interviews. We do have Jimi Hendrix with us tonight already, but let's give a couple of minutes for Ricky and Don Gomez to join us. Here we have Ricky, so just waiting for Don Gomez. Let's give him 30 more seconds.
Does this work?
Okay, so 30 seconds passed. John Gomez is not responding. So, Ricky and Jimmy, good evening. Welcome and congratulations for your podium spots.
Thanks a lot.
Let's start with Ricky, our P2 seater. Another great race for you, Ricky. Hello, Ricky.
Hiya.
Yes, once again, congratulations for your podium spot. Another great race for you. You took a bit of the gamble at the last safety car. You didn't decide to pit for the fresh compound. Decided to stay. It pays out for you, obviously. But I have to ask, why did you decide to stay on the track instead of went for fresh compound?
Well, I just like getting free positions off people.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't like it?
It was. I can't believe people were pitting that late into the race. You've got 1 or 2 laps maximum. Um, it was me and AJ were in the same VC, so we were like, if he could stay behind me, just make it hard work for Cooper. I could maybe get away on lap 26 and nick the win. I knew if Cooper got past lap 26, it was going to be pretty much hard. But I was in P6 anyway, going absolutely nowhere. It was just one big DRS train, so I was like, why not? Because even if I get P5, I've nicked a spot. So,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
we've seen that you were battling quite a lot, especially on second stint with your teammate and Aspect. At some point, they are lost quite a bit amount of gap to you. There was some kind of incident between three of you, or they just were too busy fighting each other to catch up to you?
So AJ ran out of ERS. I think I had like 60%, so I was like getting past, and then rather than them two work together, Aspect was trying to fight AJ, which ultimately cost them time in a situation where they need to catch up to the DRS. You need to work together. I had Jimmy basically doing the work for me, so as long as I stuck with him, I knew I was coming back to the leaders. Didn't really have. I mean, I had a poor qualifying. I think I was blocked on the first one and then hampered on the second one. So poor quality. I think my lap I did was good enough for P4, which would have changed the way the race played out. So.
I mean, I mentioned that couple of times on previous races you were attending, that you are the driver who cannot be underestimated because you are a really experienced driver with a great racecraft. Kind of always when I'm see you on track, I'm expecting great things from you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of these people racing are young, so they're going to gain that experience. Yeah, I'm 36, so I've been around for a while, so yeah, it's all good. Like I don't have the right pace as some of these lads, but experience and know-how is it does count for a lot.
Yes, and once again, Ricky, congratulations on your podium spot. Really, really good race craft for you. Thank you for joining us tonight and for providing a really entertaining race.
Okay.
And let's head to our race winner, Jimi Hendrix. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was
Uh,
fun.
to be honest, because we know each other quite a long time. When you overtook Ricky for P2, you made a huge smile on my face because you know that I'm always cheering up to you and to your teammate who wasn't able to drive tonight.
Yeah, I wish they had. Yeah, it was fun. I smiled quite a bit because before the safety car and considering my strategy, I think I should have been up there. But because of all those guys on the hards being in a DRS train, it's so difficult to overtake, especially when you're trying to keep somebody like Ricky behind you, who was knowing very well what he was doing, and I was trying to do the same, essentially to save as much DRS as I can until I catch up to somebody and I can capture them on the straight.
But
I think our experience helped a lot. I'm older than Ricky, so I think it shows in many of our races that we don't tend to get in trouble too much. And being clean and being safe and consistent, especially, it helps so much in deciding titles even.
yeah, but I have to say that I was a bit surprised of your strategy, especially that plenty of those drivers decided to pit way before you. You stretched that first stint way longer comparing to rest of the grid, and still you wasn't undercutted by Ricky, AJ, and apologies for that, but I forget the Williams driver name.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well,
How did you manage to get your tires alive that long?
well, it's my strong point. It has been for a long time being able to save tires just enough to be able to do this. Because if you don't look up, if you don't uh, kill your rear tires on acceleration, you will save quite a bit, and it will make a huge difference. And in the last lap, I think after Ricky pitted, I used a little bit of ERS just for safety, so I can keep close to him.
To be clear, Ricky didn't pit it. You were the one who did, and rest of the grid, both Red Bulls decided to stay out because, yes, as Ricky said, it was for sure 1 or 2 laps only. This game is scripted that safety car won't be on the track longer than 2 laps to go. So if you have 3, 4 laps to go, you have to expect that you will get 2 laps of racing at least.
Sorry, what I meant was the first
the first
which
one.
was actually the actual part of the strategy. The second one, the safety car, that was I wouldn't have pitted normally, but I pitted because I knew everyone else would. So why not be on the best tires possible? And since Ricky stayed out on the hards, he was definitely going to maintain a good position, but he was bit hopeless for him to keep everyone behind him. But he did so. So yeah.
Yeah, but I kind of felt like everybody would trip over each other because desperation kicks in, and with my teammate behind me, it felt like a gamble worth taking.
I think it was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth of it. The carnage happened. Tom was out, not sure who, but I seen the Red Bull of AJ was sliding on the exit of first Lesmo. There was a contact with someone. Didn't notice who it was. Then Tom was just a victim of that incident.
Yeah, I overtook both of them on the inside when I saw them taking out each other. I don't know what exactly happened. It gave me a good position, thankfully.
Well, anyway, apologies. I won't have any more questions to you, but I'm a bit sick. Quite rough body temperature. So once again, congratulations on your podium spots. Great race for both of you. Thank you for joining us tonight, and have a great one. So as to the chatters, thank you for joining us tonight as well, and hope you enjoyed this race. We will see you in a couple of hours for AM1 race, and then next week, Ricky, do you remember where are we driving next week?
It is Belgium, so plenty of rain on the way, I'm sure. yeah, Belgium's a bit of a fan favorite, so should be
I'll
good.
split out these words about rain.
Yeah, well, we've had no rain in Italy, so I'm a bit surprised by that actually.
Yes, indeed. Probably if that would be Imola instead of Monza, we will have heavy flooding. But anyway, thanks once again, and see you next week. Ciao.
Need a resolution. Can we find a way back? Way back. Can we find a way No more running, no more chasing. No more running.